define swing. I guess it's happiness, it's joy, it's optimism.
Really, I like to leave a lot of room in my music for people to improvise, because jazz music, you have to have improvisation. Like in a lot of little ways, I try to get the musicians with the imagination and with the individual personality, like they really play like Wycliffe Gordon, not trombonist. Nobody plays like him, or Robert Stewart and James Carter. Sometimes you get guys like that, and it's very hard to maintain the discipline because they're just not 9-to-5ers, you know. They go. You got to be willing to, you have to, like a lot of times the rehearsal is like pandemonium. There's just people talking. But I like that type of environment, because I don't want it to be like a symphony rehearsal. But here's what I want to do. I'm going to cut this next section out, because it is too slow. I know it is. When we get to that part, dee-doo, I want everybody to make some pandemonium. You had no other 2 bars in there, the D. Which one?
That D for us to come in on bass line that you get built.
I'm gonna just y'all just watch me. If we need the extra measures probably. Y'all set it up for 4 measures, okay? Let's try to really get on the vibe and try to really play it, because I want to hear just what it's gonna sound like. I want y'all to, homie, I want you to bubble up underneath Vic when he's playing his little pensive moment. Where he's trying to make this decision. I want you to, to rumble. I mean, not too much, just a little bit. And Vic, feel. The more abstract you play underneath him, the better, bro. I mean, just build it up slowly. At first, it's just like, deal with that pain. And then as you get into it, the more, again, another whole time, boom, doom, 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 boom. So we can get a feel, the organic form is blues. So, when we get to that flat 6 chord, Eric, fill that in too. Shake him. Shake him. Shake him out.
He looks for personality, and he likes for the musicians to get along, That's the basic thing, So, in other words, nice guys that can play.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
He wants musicians basically of the same caliber, no one who's trying to put on airs. Musicians who don't mind growling or don't mind screaming through their instrument or trying to imitate the sound of a chicken. Real, very raw and very things you take for granted, you see every day.
Look at him, homie. Look at him. Put it on him. Check it out. Go ahead. Look at him, homie. Shake it on him. Shake it on him.
When Wynton is composing, he always leaves room, even though majority of it, almost 80% of it is written out. 80–90% of it written out. It always has that room to blossom. It's like putting water on some seeds, and the flowers become, the seeds turn to flowers, or it could become a garden.
Sometimes I would write things that sound like a Bach chorale, but I would put blues harmonies and juxtapositions in it. And I try to deal with just a lot of a confluence of things.
But there's a lot of freedom inside of what we do, but there's still, the discipline is always there. So it makes for a real serious kind of work relationship, but still fun. It's still fun.
Like a lot of times, improvisation in jazz is confused with chaos. Like chaos is what you would have without the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, and a body of law. Then you have chaos. Everybody just does what they want. Because I'm from the South, I've drawn most of my experiences Southern, and it comes from New Orleans, but also I've lived in New York for 15 years, so. And also the South that I'm from is the modern South. I'm not from like the plantation South. Of course, vestiges of that still remain in the North and the South, all over the world actually. But I don't want to be. I just try to remain true to my experience.
Being from New Orleans, we have to write like that somewhat, and we have to play like that. So everything he hears is based on that.
Yeah, he's got like the traditional African styles, like, before, we were brought here. So he's got a lot of those kind of rhythms and things involved in there. Then it moves into the Negro spirituals, which came next, I guess, and then a lot of blues, which followed that. And so he's kind of going through, just the history of black people in general, not just jazz. And then it moves into swing and all that, so it's all in there.
Blood on the field in particular is difficult. I can't say that anyone on my instrument could just jump up there and do it. You have to really have some things together. You have to have your instrument together.
Right. That's too loud. That's too loud. I did write a story called The Middle Passage, to write a piece of music about being on a slave ship. So the whole music was just going to be about being on a slave ship. And then I was up at Albert Murray's house, and he read a story to me by Stephen Vincent Benet, and it was called Freedom is a Hard-Bought Thing. And it was just kind of thinking about that story and having an idea for the slave ship. I put the two of them together, and I ran through it, just the themes that I always try to deal with in all of my music, which is man and a woman, conception of democracy.
Oh,